So this was a sketch I did last night in my new sketchbook, and I'm going to think I'll do more portraits in there. It didn't go particularly well in that I didn't really get a likeness. This is supposed to be Richard Trevithick, the inventor from my hometown of Camborne in Cornwall. And I tried to have a look to see what went wrong. I couldn't really see the proportions were out too far, but obviously just enough for it to be a problem. I looked to see how the Loomis method would apply to the portrait, which I didn't use. That maybe that would have helped me get the proportions right. I just went for it, the drawing. So I thought I would trace the drawing, trace the original image, and then that might help me to see more clearly what went wrong. And I started to see that yes, I think I made his face a little bit too short. So probably the distance between the nose and the chin was a bit too narrow, so it becomes quite obvious then. So I thought I might as well, for practice, just digitally draw this one in, and it looked okay. Again, I veered away from the likeness possibly, so it was a good lesson in learning that you just got to be good at drawing and practice a lot with portraits. And every mark you make, you've got to really think, is this in the right place? Because you're going to send yourself off in the wrong direction, and it's very difficult to get back, if not almost impossible. So I can clearly see there his face is actually quite long in the original, whereas on mine I've made him quite sort of rounded, the head. So, and I think that's a common thing I tend to do, is make the distance, so the distance between the nose and mouth a bit short. So there we go, a little note to myself, keep practicing. So I thought to have a healthy balance of drawing stuff freehand like I did the one last night, I would just trace the general outline of this portrait here, and then just finish the drawing and shading as practice. So I've got a good balance in my sketchbook of freehand stuff that is how I want to be doing it, in the future, to stuff that's been traced to get the proportions in the right place. But like I said, it's still very easy to get lost and start making things bigger than they actually are, or moving them in the wrong place. So it's still good practice, but it's good to have a little confidence booster, to have something that comes out quite well in your sketchbook occasionally. But tomorrow I shall do something freehand. Also, I wanted to make sure I got this one fairly good, because this is a famous person of our area here in France, the famous writer George Sand, and obviously people would recognise this person. So again, I didn't get it perfect, but I got it fairly close. So anyway, that was just sharing with you my sort of thought process, that it's okay to make mistakes with drawing portraits and so on, because it's all part of learning, and I don't expect to get them right every time. And hopefully I will one day, but it's going to take years of practice. But I enjoy doing these little pencil sketches. My sketchbook's only A5, so it's not big, it doesn't take long, but I know from experience, the more I practice, like I did with my watercolors and oil painting, you just get better and better at doing it. And it's a case of seeing the mistakes you make. Don't make the mistakes in the first place, and like I say, just get better and better at it. So there you go. I thought I'd share that with you. So until next time, bye for now.